When you walk into an Apple store and tap your card for the new $1,200 iPhone, what exactly did you just trade for it? If you say money, you have already fallen for the biggest psychological scam of the 21st century. You see, the system has trained you to look at a price tag and see a number. It wants you to think in dollars, euros, or pounds. Because as long as you think in abstract currency, you won't realize what you are actually bleeding. Money is just an illusion. It is a middleman. When you bought that phone, you didn't spend $1,200. If you make $30 an hour after taxes, you just walked up to that counter, handed the cashier a week and a half of your finite, irreplaceable human existence, and said, "Here, take my life in exchange for this piece of glass." Today, we are going to perform a forensic breakdown on how the middle class is being systematically robbed of their lifespan. I am going to show you the concept of time-adjusted pricing and how viewing the world through this lens is the ultimate cheat code to buying your freedom. Welcome back to Finance Dose. A century ago, factory owners had a problem. They needed people to stand on assembly lines for 12 hours a day. But humans aren't built for that. We value our freedom. So, the industrialists created a layer of abstraction. They created the hourly wage. They separated the effort from the reward so you would stop measuring your life in time and start measuring it in capital. Let's introduce the concept of the gross versus net lifespan. Most people calculate their wealth based on their salary. I make $80,000 a year, so I can afford the $800 car payment. This is exactly how the bank wants you to think, but it ignores the brutal reality of taxes, overhead, and maintenance. Let's look at the real math. To earn $30 an hour, you first lose 25% to taxes. Now you're at $22.50. You spend an hour a day commuting, which you aren't paid for. You buy professional clothes you wouldn't otherwise wear. You buy the $15 sad desk salad because you were too exhausted to cook. When you factor in the money you spend just to have the privilege of working your job, your actual take-home rate drops to around $14 an hour of true, usable life energy. This changes everything. Let's look at the ultimate trap, the luxury car. Meet David. David just got a promotion, so he goes out and finances a $90,000 sports car. It looks incredible parked against the downtown skyline. His coworkers are impressed. Society tells him he has made it. But let's run David's life through the time-adjusted pricing spreadsheet. David's car payment, premium insurance, and maintenance come out to $1,500 a month. Using David's true net life energy rate of $20 an hour, that $1,500 costs him 75 hours of labor. Every single month, David must sit in a cubicle, answer emails, and endure office politics for almost 2 entire work weeks, just to cover the metal box that sits empty in a parking garage for 22 hours a day. Over a 5-year loan, David isn't spending $90,000. He is spending 4,500 hours of his prime adult life. That is more than 2 straight years of working 9 to 5, handed over to a bank for a depreciating asset. David isn't wealthy. David is a highly compensated indentured servant. Now look at his coworker, Mark. Mark makes the exact same salary, but he drives a clean, paid-off 2018 Toyota truck. Mark's monthly transportation cost is $250. It only costs him 12 hours of his life per month. Mark takes those remaining 63 hours of capital and buys the ultimate luxury item. He buys his future. He dumps the difference into the S&P 500. While David is working to pay the bank, Mark's money is working to buy back Mark's 50s and 60s. But big purchases aren't the only way they steal your time. The modern economy is built on a concept I call frictionless poverty. We live in an era where every minor inconvenience can be outsourced with the tap of a screen. You can finance a pizza with Afterpay. You can pay a 30% markup to have someone deliver your groceries so you can stay on the couch and watch another hour of Netflix. They sell it to you as saving time. But it is a lie. When you pay a $15 delivery fee plus tip for a $20 meal, you just traded 2 hours of tomorrow's workday to save 20 minutes of driving today. You are literally cannibalizing your future freedom to fund your present-day laziness. The system wants you comfortable. It wants you subscribed to 8 different streaming services. It wants you taking Ubers instead of walking. Because a comfortable, hyper-convenient citizen is a citizen who will never have enough capital to stop working. They are bleeding your lifespan through 1,000 tiny cuts. So how do you break the conditioning? How do you step out of the matrix and stop trading your life for trash? You implement the time currency protocol. Rule number 1, calculate your true hourly net. Tomorrow morning, look at your pay stub. Deduct your taxes. Deduct your commute time, your work clothes, and your forced convenience meals. Find the exact number of dollars you actually net per hour of life spent. Write it on a sticky note. Wrap it around your credit card. Rule number 2, the 24-hour lifespan translation. You are no longer allowed to look at price tags in dollars. Before you buy anything over $100, you must divide the price by your true hourly net. When you see a $400 designer jacket, you do not ask, "Do I have $400 in my account?" You ask, "Am I willing to sit in my cubicle for 28 hours dealing with my boss to wear this piece of fabric?" If the answer is yes, buy it. But 90% of the time, the urge will instantly evaporate. Rule number 3, ruthlessly audit your convenience. Cancel every subscription you haven't used in 7 days. Delete the food delivery apps from your phone. Reclaim the minor frictions of life, because the friction is where the capital is saved, and capital is stored time. You only get one life. You get roughly 4,000 weeks on this planet. Every time you tap that card, you are slicing off a fraction of a week and handing it to a corporation. The ultimate status symbol isn't a luxury car. It isn't a designer logo. The ultimate status symbol is waking up on a Tuesday morning and realizing you don't owe your time to anybody. Stop buying things with money. Start protecting your time. If you're ready to stop performing for a system that doesn't care about you, hit subscribe. We don't do get rich quick here. We do forensic math. Build the rebellion.